Harless's front-end analysis model, applying front-end analysis to organizational performance. On the right-hand side of the slide, you will see a full flow chart of how Harless's FEA is broken down. Throughout this presentation, we will be breaking down the sections of this flow. But to begin, what are the basics of Harless's FEA? It's the primary purpose of Harless's front-end analysis to determine the root cause of a performance problem before deciding whether training is the appropriate solution. You can see here some of the key components are identifying performance gaps, diagnosis of the root cause, determining whether training is needed, and recommending the most appropriate intervention, finally to improve that organizational performance. The FEA process can be implemented by answering a series of questions. Harless outlined the 13 SMART questions that could help identify the root cause of problems. These questions determine if there really is a problem, whether or not it's worth addressing, and if it should be addressed, what steps should be taken to solve it. These 13 questions are broken out into 3 different phases. Phase 1 is the performance analysis, and those are questions 1 through 5. Phase 2 is the cause analysis, and those are questions 6 through 8. And phase 3 is the solution analysis, which are questions 9 through 13. One of the things about Harless's FEA is that it prevents organizations from assuming training is the answer before identifying the root cause of performance gaps. So why would I choose Harless's FEA model to diagnose this case study? Well, one, it starts by determining whether there is a performance problem. Is there a gap between expected and actual performance? 2, it avoids the training is the solution assumption that a lot of people have when it comes to trying to fix a problem. One of the key principles of Harless's FEA is it never prescribes training until it's ruled out other causes first. 3, it identifies root cause before presenting the solution. Rather than treating missed deadlines as a single issue, Harless encourages examining what is actually preventing the performance. 4, it considers environmental factors as well as employee capability. Employees often fail because the work environment doesn't allow them to be successful. 5, it supports training and non-training options. Harless's framework allows for the combination of instructional and organizational solutions. And lastly, it aligns with leadership priorities. Harless identifies desired organizational outcome and works to determine what is preventing that outcome. This ensures recommendations are tied to organizational goals. The second part of Harless's 13 questions are diagnosing the problem. The diagnosis of EduCore Dynamics root cause is that there is for sure a performance gap. There's a significant gap between current performance and the desired performance, such as deadlines being missed, quality issues, low morale, and inefficient workflows. So why is this gap occurring? Is there not enough task sync knowledge and usage? Is there inefficient workflows and redundant data entry? Are there unclear roles and responsibilities of the employees? Could be a communication breakdown between departments and also senior and upper management, and uneven workload or resource constraints. The problem is diagnosed. We need to ask ourselves the question, is training the appropriate solution? So training solutions, which are instructional, would be more task sync software training, quality standards and brand requirements being taught, and collaboration and communication best practices. Non-training solutions, which would be organizational, would be simplify task sync templates and eliminate redundant data entry, standardize the workflows, clarify roles and responsibilities, improve cross-department communication, and evaluate the workload and research distribution among employees. Originally, when I was doing this assignment, I was going to choose Kaufman's organizational elements model. But after researching between the different models, I decided that Harless's FEA was going to be a better fit for this organization. So I compared the two. Harless's front-end analysis is specifically designed to determine whether training is the appropriate solution, while Kaufman is designed to examine performance across multiple organizational levels. Harless focuses on identifying the root cause of performance gaps before recommending the intervention, and Kaufman focuses on understanding where the performance gap is within the organization. Harless helps distinguish between instructional and non-instructional solutions, while Kaufman helps align performance with organization and societal goals. And their outcomes are that Harless will provide a decision-making process and recommending interventions, while Kaufman provides a system framework for analyzing an organizational performance. After reviewing both of these, I decided that Harless's FEA is better fit for EduCore dynamics because leadership needs to know if training is the right solution, and Harless's FEA is designed for that exact purpose. Systematically investigates all possible causes before recommending a solution, distinguishes between knowledge and skill gaps, training needs, and organizational causes, which are non-training needs, and leads to targeted recommendations that address the root cause, not just the symptoms. However, in comparing these two, I did see that Kaufman does complement Harless's FEA by examining the performance at multiple levels, the macro, micro, and group and individual, to understand the broader context. It helps identify how issues at one level impact the other levels of the organization and provides a comprehensive systems perspective. It's best used in combination with Harless's FEA to confirm where problems exist across the organization. Harless's FEA does have its strengths and it does have its limitations. The strengths are it prevents unnecessary training. It focuses on the real problem at hand rather than the symptoms. It produces evidence-based recommendation, distinguishes between training and non-training needs, encourages cost-effective solutions, provides the framework for conducting a needs assessment, supports instructional and organizational solutions, and improves performance. However, it is not without its limitations. It does focus on immediate gaps rather than any long-term gaps. It does not examine the broader organizational perspectives, unlike Kaufman's model. It may overlook future training needs. It does not provide detailed guidance on instructional design, and it does not include a process for measuring the effectiveness of the solutions. In conclusion, Harless's front-end analysis provides the framework for diagnosing an organization's performance problems before investing in a solution. Rather than assuming that training is the answer, the module helps organizations identify the root cause of the performance gaps and helps identify if training is needed or organizational interventions are the answer. In the EduCore Dynamics case, the analysis revealed that while targeted training could improve employee knowledge and collaboration, many of the underlying issues also require workflow improvements, clear communication, and organizational changes. Even though the model does have its limitations, especially with long-term organizational goals, it remains a valuable tool for guiding needs assessments and supporting informed decision-making. By focusing on the right problem first, Harless's FEA helps organizations implement solutions that lead to meaningful and sustainable improvements in performance.